Hello again YouTube, welcome back to another video. Now this is probably only for the die-hard TI99 fans because the game I'm going to show you is a really basic cassette software, and that is this one by DataSoft. Get that focused. This has got 4 games on there, as you can see, and the one I'm going to show you today, which is the only one that's really particularly interesting on this cassette, is Leapfrog. So it's the second one on the cassette there. So I'll get that loaded on in. Now it is a really basic game. It does require extended basic, which I've got plugged in. But yeah, this is nothing like the sort of cartridge games. We had Frogger, an official port of Frogger on the TI99, which was brilliant. I have actually showed that one before. But yeah, I'll just show you the little loading sequence if I can on this. So the trick is you've got to press the alpha lock, type in old CS1. It's a bit of a funny loading system because you've got to press play. Oh, hang on. Then press enter. And then press enter again if it doesn't pick it up. It's quite a tricky little way of doing it. I won't show you the whole thing. What I do is once it starts loading, I'll pause it. And then I'll show you when the cassette's finished. So yeah, there we go. So a fair old bracket. Not a nice loading sound like we got on the ZX Spectrum. But there we go. Give you a little taste of what it was like. I think I've mentioned before, we never had any cassette software on TI99. When I was younger, we used to have only cartridges. But it's interesting to try these things. And the reason I wanted to show this game is, apart from not being on YouTube, when I picked it up, it came with the first TI99 that I rebought, which didn't actually work. But it had a few games with it. And this was one of them, and I was curious what it was like, so I tried Googling it, and I couldn't even find a screenshot of this game. So with that, I thought I should really put a video up on YouTube, even if it's not a very good one. It's just nice to sort of catalogue these things. So yeah, I'll pause it there, and then I'll continue on once it's loaded up. Shouldn't take very long, these are really quick loads, these. Okay, so there we go, that's loaded in. Took about 2 minutes, I would say. No fancy load screen with this one. You can get them on the TI99. A couple of the games I've got have little sort of load screens, but not this one. So we press enter, and then on here you also have to type in run afterwards. So it's it's a bit of a long-winded way of loading cassettes on the TI99. Do you want to use joystick number 1? I think I'll put no, because I think I'd rather use keyboard. Don't know what keys we've got though. Use keys E, D, S and X. Oh yes, that's our cursor keys on the TI99. They're going to be a little bit fiddly to use though. But anyway, I'll put it on 3. Let's just see if I can improve focus a little bit. Bring the darkness down a bit. Maybe put the background light out. Bear with me. That's not too bad, I don't think. Right, so here we go. Let's put it on level 3 to get a sort of happy medium. Yeah, so there we go. And he's trying to move there, but he isn't actually doing much with these keys. That's weird. You've got to have the alpha lock pressed down to use keyboard, but if you've got the alpha lock down when you're using a joystick, it will just it won't work properly. So yeah, I have played this before and I do remember this. The collision detection is it's pretty questionable, to put it politely. And you can jump diagonally, or at least you can when you're using joystick. I don't know if you can when you're using keys. No, you can't actually. Oh. Yeah, collision detection is definitely iffy. Yeah, if you're using a joystick, you can actually jump diagonally, which is quite weird for a Frogger game. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's very basic, this one. I can't even remember if you can wrap around on the screen. I'm going to try that a minute, just to see if it kills me going off the edge of the screen or if it wraps around. Oh, you can wrap around. Oh, that's interesting. So that makes it easier to get, because otherwise it's quite tricky when things get faster to get in that top left one. Oh, damn it. Oh. Not much in the way of sound effects and whatnot, but I think the graphics are they're not bad for a little simple cassette software. I think Little Frog looks quite nice. Nice little graphics there. And it moves quite smooth as well. You'll notice that the cars, even as they get quicker, they're not jerky at all. They're pretty good. But yeah, I'm definitely very happy that we had the proper Parker Brothers Frogger when I was younger. I'm not sure if I'd have been too impressed with this one. I have done a video on the Parker Brothers Frogger, by the way, so if you haven't seen it, go and look that one up because that was really good. This won't be a long video. I'll only make this a short one because obviously there's not much to show here. But definitely thought it was worth getting a video up on YouTube just for those that haven't seen it. They can look it up and see what it's all about. I suppose these cassettes, as I mentioned, we never owned any cassettes, but I guess they would have been a lot cheaper to produce than the cartridges. So I suppose for people that didn't have the money to buy the carts, they would have just got these cassette games. Oh! Using a joystick is definitely better because that diagonal jump, you can imagine on these cars sections here, it's quite useful. Right, so now I know we can wrap round. Ah, I thought I was in. It's really not very forgiving, this. There we go, another level done. Ah, I thought that was in. My last frog, so. Oh, and he's dead. So anyway, just a short video, but I think that's probably shown enough of this one. It's, as I mentioned, it's a very basic game. But yeah, it's for the sort of TI99 fans. So yeah, if you've got a TI99 or if you used to own one, have you ever seen this game? Did you own it? And if you didn't, what do you think to the looks of it compared to other basic cassette software? Because as mentioned, I've only got a couple of, I think I've got about 4 or 5 cassette tapes. So they're all new to me. So yeah, it's interesting to see what's out there. I'll probably try and pick up more if ever I have chance. But anyway, there you go. That's a little look at Leapfrog on the TI99. So thanks a lot for watching. Catch you another time. That is all.